Hey pups, welcome back to Pup Copper Games. Today we're going to pick up with our Satisfactory Let's Play, and we're going to start producing steel parts. Now first off, you'll notice that I'm not showing up here, and that's kind of intentional because I didn't want to drag my green screen out today, and it'd be a whole thing, and I didn't want to deal with the green screen this evening. So yeah, we're going to be just doing this with a voiceover, kind of like what I've done in my City Skylines wishlist video. If you've watched that on my channel, if you haven't, maybe you watch my video. But our plan for today is to start out where we left off, which was our coal power plant. You can see I've actually done some additional stuff here. I've gotten us prepared for today. So now that we're here, we're going to use some of the untapped coal nodes over here that I think are kind of down there, plus an iron node over there that I've already tapped, and we're going to start steel production. Yeah, so I unlocked steel off camera, basic steel production off camera, and my goal is to just get us a basic little system ready so that we can start producing parts that will be utilized in advancing through the next several tiers, and then producing some project parts. But yeah, long-term plan, though, is to build out kind of my variation on Kibitz's steel engine, which is a compact, ultra-efficient layout. And yeah, but we really can't do that until we've unlocked Mark III belts. You just can't do it with Mark II. So yeah. But anyways, we're gonna have a try and do our best here to have a nice balance set up. We're gonna try and get this going, and yeah, so this should be exciting. Also, for the long-term plan for this is that we'll be making steel right here in this spot in the near term. We'll transport it over to our base with trucks, and we'll siphon off some extra coal to power the trucks, and then just do all the part production at base. But until I've got the truck transportation links built, we're just gonna build it right here and just kind of run back and forth as needed. But I've built this extra little thing here, conveyor belt line here, because there's a copper node over there, just kind of sitting by his lonely self over there. And since copper is rarer than iron on the map, and in the rocky desert, there's just only one one iron. I can't talk. One copper node over where our base is. We'll just be carting some of this back to do stuff with. So, let's get building here on our nice fancy foundations. And let's see. There we go. First off, we're going to go over here, if I can jump, over to our little miner. That's actually a pure iron node. And there's going to be some special stuff we have to do here today, because the basic recipe for steel ingots works off of 45 units per minute. So it takes 45 iron, 45 coal, and turns that into 45 steel per minute. Since we don't have Mark II miners or Mark III belts, we're kind of constrained with resource. If you're working in multiples of 45, you are really only you're kind of constrained with 2 foundries. Now you could put in a third foundry and like overclock it and just do an overflow setup and blah blah blah, but this is just going to be a small setup to get us going initially. So what we're going to do over here with this miner is we're going to change this from 120 ore per minute to 90. And we're going to, and yes, I know I could have just done this for my hotbar, but yeah. But anyways, we're just going to go here. We're going to pop down our conveyor pole here. Now, for this, we're going to need Mark II belts because our throughput is going to need to be 90 per minute coming from the miner. And let's just get over here. There we go. All right, now we'll go down here. I'm just going to go the long way around so I don't die. Hopefully, maybe. And we'll just bring that ore down. And eventually we will have to go back up there to link in power and everything. But for right now, we're just going over here. That might be a bit of an issue. That might be a tight fit. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so this is the great thing about coal power, that, you know, because it's running, it's just always running. I can just leave it. And everything back at base is just being produced. It's great. So we're just going to grab that tower there. Build another one over here. Because I'm like that, and I just want to have a view of things as I'm doing them. All right. Where is my foundry? Yeah, you can see the parts list over there on the side of the screen. So you have a good idea of what we're going to do. Now, foundries are interesting because, you know, as you might have gathered from what I was just talking about, they take 2 resources in and generate 1 resource out. And once you collect more alternative recipes, you aren't just going to be using foundries for making steel, but you can use them for making, you know, copper and iron ingot recipes that give you a higher rate of output than what's in the smelter, which can be very good, and there are a lot of use cases for that. So let's see, how do we want to do this? Oh, that's I was putting in a merger. Why? Why? All right, so Mark II belt will go from 90 to 40 to 24. Wow, that just kind of worked out. Okay. All right, that just worked. That's great. I guess I haven't lost my touch after not playing Satisfactory for about a month. I mean, seriously, when I was booting into Satisfactory and loading the save game, it said the last time I had played Satisfactory was May 16th, and I can't believe it. It's just, I guess I've just been that busy that, well, not busy, but I've just been that occupied with No Man's Sky that I have not played Satisfactory in a while. But we're remedying that here. Alright, so now we're just going to... This is, you know, like I said, this is not going to be a long-term setup. This is just kind of going to be a temporary get some stuff produced setup. Alright, so now we've got our foundries hooked together. Yeah, and we actually do have one of the alternate ingot recipes here. Copper alloy ingot takes 50 copper ore and 25 iron ore and gives you 100 copper per minute. That is a fantastic recipe. And if you have a situation like on the other side of the Rocky Desert where you have a high ratio of iron to copper, then this is a great recipe. Actually, in another playthrough, I used this recipe plus the steamed copper sheets recipe and made a massive electronics factory. Well, massive by my standards. It's probably small by Kibitz's standards. Kibitz are drawing chaos or Total Eclipse's standards. So, yeah. Alright, and I hope we don't die. Oh, good, we didn't die. That, it's the small things. So we're just going to drop this down to ground level here. Now, if we really wanted to, we could just... overclock these miners and to get the 270 output, but again, we don't have the Mark III belt, so it's kind of pointless. And this is not going to be the best setup, I think, but it'll work. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it looks pretty, it just has to be functional. So since these are normal coal nodes, what we're going to do is we're just going to, since we need 90 coal per minute, we're just going to downset that to 40, or downshift that to 45 per minute on each of these miners. And if I can do that, great. And we're just going to put some nuts in our hands here to give us some health. Nope. I think we may need some items from the Awesome Shop. Because I don't want... I'm going to get really tired of power poles really quickly. So we can make this look nicer. Although I don't have... That's the thing. This is... yeah. Let's just... we'll just power up an awesome sink here. And we'll just grab my tickets. There we go. I don't need that right now. All right. And we're just going to get these lights while we're in here. What do you know? We have exactly the right amount for this. That's great. We'll be able to do stuff here. And if you weren't aware, lights are one of the items that were added with Update 4, and they are actually really handy. I've grown to really like them. They can really add a lot of ambiance to your base. All right, so what we're going to do here, before we hook power to the foundries, is we're going to go in here, and we're going to merge the foundries here, and then we're going to load balance to 2 constructors for steel beams and steel pipe. Okay, so let's see. Where do I want to go here? I want to go to... I want to go to logistics, grab the conveyor merger. And this is just basically going to be since the input ratios are the same as the output mounts, it just works. All right, so where do we want to have each going? So we've got 90 coming in. There we go. We can make this a tight fit here. Just save on some plates. Then we're going to we'll have this be the 60 line that will go to steel beams. So basically, the splitter will be split into 3 30 lines. One of them will be recombined into a 60 line to feed the steel beam constructor. And let's see here. We're just going to get this to come out right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Everything's good. We've got 3 lines. Everything's connected. Okay, so now we're going to select steel beam. You'll see there's 60 in, 15 out. And pipe is 30 in, 20 out. And unfortunately, there are no alternate recipes, at least as of update 4, for steel beams and steel pipe. I really wish there were, because that would make some stuff a lot easier, but there are not. Also, let me check something really quickly before we do the next thing. Let's see. Okay, we don't have it yet, so we don't need the assembler. Okay, that works. And we're just going to do... So I've started playing with this design just because it loads from top to bottom, and that way you can easily grab parts from the bottom and it'll refill. And also, we built this splitter here so that we can just kind of leave all this alone and it'll overflow properly to a resource sink, and we don't have to worry about it. Because we just want to make lives easy on ourselves now that we have all the power in the world. Well, not yet. It's going to be a long time before we get to nuclear, so we do not have all the power in the world. We have sustainable... We have power that kind of works just fine for right now. That's what we have. Conveyor merger. This is kind of similar to what we did back at our base with our little shopping mall, where we had the a little thing running just kind of through the middle. So we're just gonna build this over here. I cannot wait to unlock programmable splitter, or not, but smart splitters, because that will make this stuff so much neater, and it'll let bins fill up quicker. All right, that actually came together really quickly. I'm pleasantly surprised. And all of our ores overflowing, so that's good. Great, great, great. Everything's good. We just need to connect power now. And we just... Here, I'm not going to... Since this is just going to be largely a temporary setup, I'm not going to be ultra picky about setting up power in a neat way. This is just going to be a system that works. More so just... All right. Oh, did I not? Okay, that was a little crazy of me, and I didn't even turn that one on. Okay, there we go. And these will start filling up. Yeah, so we got that. We got that. Yeah, everything's just kind of rocking and rolling here. This is great. We don't... I mean, the system is load balanced, but I don't particularly care about efficiency for right now. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Look at that. We got stuff. We got stuff. I'm so happy. Yeah, look at that. I'm just going to cut that off. For right now, just let the bins fill up, but I'll come back at a later point and just turn it back on. So I'm just going to turn that off to save some power. And speaking of power, I wonder where we're at here. And okay, we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well here. Yeah. 70. 870 divided by 75. That's a weird ratio. Did I link something together that shouldn't have been? Oh, 87 includes all of the biomass plants. 600 makes a lot more sense now. Because in 600 over 75, that, yeah, 8 plants. That makes perfect sense. Because we've got like 2 plants. Did we put the plants on the... No, I don't think we put them on their own network. I think we just... Because we don't have a power switch yet, so I don't think... Yeah. Yeah, everything's just on the same grid. Eventually, we're probably... I don't know if we're going to need to do that at some point. It may be worthwhile to separate the power production equipment onto its own grid, just so we don't have problems. But for right now, everything seems fine, and as long as we're just kind of cognizant of how much power we're using, we're fine. And so far, our steel production hasn't done anything to really upset the apple cart. Now, that doesn't mean we don't need more power, because as you saw, our production right now is about 600 megawatts, and we're already using like 500 something of that. So, yeah, we're gonna need to scour for some more power eventually, and I may go up here and build off camera just to take care of that, so we can just keep doing stuff, because you guys don't want to watch me tediously building coal power plants. You want to see me doing the cool stuff, like exploiting all the resources of this world, right? Speaking of which, I'm going to show you something I did off camera that's really cool and is generating a lot of coupons for us. Okay, so do you guys remember this cave? Yeah, these are the 2 pure quartz stones that we found in here a while back. And as you can see here, I've dropped a miner and a nice little construction facility over here. So we're making quartz crystals and silica. And right now we're really not doing anything with it other than storing it and sinking the excess for lots of points. But yeah, it's really helped us. And oh wow, we've put a lot away. Okay, yeah, the crystal doesn't really have a huge use beyond lighting right now, but later on when we get into electronics production, oh yeah, this is going to be important. This plus copper are going to be really important. And yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what I did off camera. And you know, I think this came together pretty well, and it's well optimized for Mark 1 miners. And once we get access to Mark 2 miners, oh boy, these pure nodes are going to be putting out a ton of quartz. I mean, you go up a miner level, the output per purity doubles. So here it's going to go from 120 to 240, and we'll be able to scale up all of this double. So we will be making a ton of silica and quartz, or we could just make a ton of, well, yeah, it's better to make the stuff here and then ship it back, because it reduces down significantly from the raw form into the quartz crystals and the stuff over here, the silica. And yeah, it makes it easier to transport, or more efficient to transport rather. And then yeah, we'll just have that coming and going, and if we're careful, we won't have problems. But trucks are finicky. Trucks are very finicky. And we won't have trains for a while, so yeah. So I am going to take us back to base, and we're going to start unlocking some stuff, because I think we're at a point now where we have the parts either on us or in base, which we can do that. So yeah, that's going to be a boop, I think, as Kibbit says. Alright, and we're back at base. So you can see I've got improved melee combat up for research here, so we're just going to drop stuff in.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
Yeah, we get the wacky stick. Alright. What are we gonna do next? Vehicular transport? Yes. Or do we want to do something over here? Oh yeah, the encased industrial beams. That's what I was thinking of earlier. Oh, do we already have the... Oh, we do already have access to the versatile frameworks. Okay, good. We can start making another project part. Okay. So, let's see here. What do we want to do? Well, I said we want to do Logistics Mark III, so we'll select that one. And that means that maybe we should go and grab stuff. But first, I'll grab other stuff. Is it just modular frames, or is it automated? Do I need automated wiring too? Yeah, I need automated wiring. Dang it. Oh, I'm going to be hand making a bunch of stuff. Or this is why trucking it all back home is better. And because then you can produce a lot other more complex parts more easily. But at the very least, we can just do some stuff here. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select milestone, and I'm going to instead select vehicular transport, because that's just going to make life easier for us in the long term. Yeah, and this is what's going to happen. We're probably just going to plateau here for a little bit until we fully unlock it. I'll probably do stuff off camera to just make sure that you guys don't have to sit through boring stuff. There we go. We'll just add a bunch of modular frames. I'll dump those to a bin. It'll feed into assembler. Everything will be good. And maybe, I don't know. We'll see here. Actually, it might be worth it just to... where is my thingy here for modular frames? Yeah, there we go. It might be worth it just to run a production line from right here. And just run the modular frames to an assembler. Actually, let's make our wacky stick first. So, I think I need a second Xeno Zapper to make the Xeno Basher. Yes, I need 2 of them. Not a chainsaw, not that. There we go. And let's see, I need stuff. I need more wire, and I need to pull the other thingy out of my hand. So we'll just put the... you know what? We'll take the leaves and stuff out. We're just going to put 2 of these in here just because I know I'm going to need it later. And I did not intend to drop down like that, and that's not good. Oh, yeah, I needed to do that thing. Oh yeah, not enough space in inventory. You know, we have silica for days. We're just gonna get that. Yay, super wacky stick. Yeah. Boy, it has been a long time since I've made one of these. I haven't played in a month. I've been playing No Man's Sky. Which, by the way, if you haven't played it, is a fantastic game. It is just really great. So let's see if we can find an enemy here that we can thwack. Come on, I know you guys are around here. Come out wherever you are. I just want to play. Are those keycaps? Unfortunately, this thing does not do any damage to like trees or those fungus cacti things. Also, you know you've been playing No Man's Sky too much when you forget that in Satisfactory you have to hold shift down to run instead of just depressing it and then just it times out. Why are there no... Ah, here we go. We got some piggy boys. Yeah. Yeah, you want some? If you hit them just right, you can take a pig out in one shot. It's great. But yeah. So, cool. We got stuff. We started steel production. Got a wacky stick. Yeah. We did stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna leave it here today, and we'll just keep building. We'll now take advantage or we'll get vehicular transport and advanced steel production eventually, and eventually we'll start building up the steel beast and start unlocking additional space elevator stuff. So stay tuned on Pup Copper Games to see all that and more happen. And if you enjoyed today's video, please paw that subscribe button and boop that like button so you don't miss out on exciting stuff in the future. So see you pups later. Arroo!